Hello everyone and welcome to my channel. I'm Emmanuel, I'm an airline pilot, and quite a couple of you have asked me if I could make a video reacting or commenting on a hard landing compilation here on YouTube, and I thought that's actually a good idea. Now, it's not a good idea because we just want to laugh at colleagues. That's not what we're going to do in here. But indeed, we'll use the videos to discuss a couple of the backgrounds and why those landings may have happened. And you're also going to notice that there will be quite some Boeing 737s in the video, which is not entirely unexpected. But we'll come to that in a moment. So, we'll just search for hard landing compilation. We'll take the first one by Tim Aviation over here. And maybe one word before we start with this video. There is a public opinion that a hard landing is not a good landing. The public opinion even says quite the opposite, that a hard landing is something you should avoid in any case. And that is absolutely not true. We're going to get to that in a moment. So, that said, let's just get into the video and start. So before we finish this off, we've got a 737 by a well-known European carrier, which I have a feeling we're going to see a couple more times in this video. And we are on final approach. The conditions look a little bit rainy, a little bit, maybe a little bit windy, but we'll see about it. So let's have a look into what's actually going to happen. Oh, and here we are. So, welcome to your destination. Alright, so let's view that again. And see if we can figure out what actually happened. So this is the point we're touching down. Now, judging by the general picture, we're probably have the nose pointed up a little bit further than usual, so it's hard to make an actual judgment from this very position. But what we can say is this: if we let this go for a second, here's our aiming point. So my guess is, due to the weather conditions, the crew aimed to touch down as early as possible and then probably flared the aircraft half a second too late, which led to the firm touchdown ahead of the aiming point. Right, next one, another 737. Looks all pretty stable to me for now. And here we are. And once again, we'll just see that again. Here we go. Here's the aiming point. So once again, the crew aimed to touch down on the point and then probably flared the aircraft a little bit too little, or maybe pulled the thrust off a little bit too early. That can lead to a highly increased rate of descent as well. So that's probably what happened. And another 737. That's a good landing. Hey, why is that in a hard landing compilation? No, I want to see that one again. That is absolutely a good landing. You can see how he paralleled the ground with just a couple centimeters height there for a split second before he touched down, so that was a good one. Nothing to complain about it. Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to your destination. Please remain seated while Captain Kangaroo bounces you to the gate. No, honestly, that landing was not too hard. I mean, it looked like it, but that may have been related to the camera angle as well. It was positive, but not hard. I tend to say the same goes for this one. One more 737, please. That looks windy. That looks windy. In these conditions, yeah, the pilot did the right thing. In conditions like these, just put the airplane down on the runway. That's all you need. So, 747 landing at St. Martin. Well, if you really want to say that this is a hard landing, we'll just pause it here. Have a quick look at it again. No, that landing wasn't too hard. The camera rumble was probably because the cameraman only held his mobile phone, and St. Martin isn't a very long runway, and you're landing that big aircraft there full of holidaymakers, so there's absolutely no reason to prolong the flare, but I tend to say he didn't make it a hard landing either. It was a positive one, but that's exactly what you want to do on a runway like this. And another 737. Looks like United this time. Gotta love their new split skimitar winglets. You can see it on the top over here. Another island runway. Again, slightly ahead of the aiming point, but nothing wrong with this. So, what's this?
There you go.
Did he just say please kiss me prior to the landing? Listen to that again.
There you go.
Please kiss me. No, he didn't. But he put the airplane down right on the aiming point. Exactly as he should. And one more 737 for good taste. Corendon, it seems. Well, he's down. No, it looked like he touched down quite a bit ahead of the aiming point, but if it's a short runway, then go for it. And Sun Express. Yep, that. He flared a little bit late there. Slight bounce, but recovered, held the nose, and right back onto the runway. So our first A380 on this compilation. This looked like a good landing to me. Maybe the voice of all the luggage in the overhead lockers made this sound a little harder than it was. Or of course the size of the airplane may also have made it look a little bit softer. But overall, I tend to say, if we look at this again, a little earlier, here we are. No, look. He flared the airplane parallel to the ground for a split second. Now. No. Now. And then he touches down. That's a good landing if you ask me. One more 737. One more big European carrier. Ouch! Okay, let's see that again. Let's see that again. Did you see the wing go down? Can I make this play back a little slower? Yes. Half speed. Watch the wing go down the last split second before the landing. Here. That looked like the airplane was hit by a gust. Started rolling over to the left. That's probably what made the landing firm as well. And then, if you look closely, you'll see how the wing starts bouncing back up as the pilot corrects, but then the other side probably got low. Watch it. Now it's the left side. Now, see that angle? Did you see the angle? Man, that was a landing. That was a landing. Okay, back to normal speed. Turkish. Show me something good. And he showed me something on the marker. Okay. Well, that's a trade-off. Is this? I think that's the Ryanair landing from Porto to Hahn. That was quite a famous one on YouTube. Let's see. 1, 2, 3. Here we are. Wow. So, let's actually revise that. Once we are past the ad.
It is, isn't it?
Kronbachers Fassbrause. Mach auf für die richtige Mischung. Mit Cola Orange und vielen anderen Sorten.
Okay, so. We want to see this again. Because that's a very interesting example. I'm going to let it play in the real time once more. And watch how it looks a little bit like the pitch is further up than normal. But then it looks like just in short finally got a little low, a little slow, or maybe hit by a gust. And it looked like he had quite a bit of pitch already, so he probably couldn't pitch too much further up to compensate for the gust that may have hit him. And that in return can only be corrected in one way, that is by adding engine thrust, but if it happens on very short final just before touchdown, there is nothing you can do except to hold the airplane and just accept that it's going to be a firm touchdown. Alright, so I hope you found this interesting, and I hope you also learned a little bit. And as I said in the beginning, there is a reason why there are so many 737s in it and so little A320s, for example. The reason is this. The 737NG is quite a stretched airplane, and it goes quite far to the edge of the aerodynamics of what the 737 airframe can do. So it is quite an unforgiving airplane to fly, and it's easy when the speed drops just below VREF. It's very easy to make a positive landing with it because you have so little tail strike margin and therefore so little margin to correct. And Boeing actually said that they would rather have a new cadet pilot who came just out of flight school, 200 hours, none of them on an airliner. They would rather have a cadet pilot fly a 747 than a 737. That's because the 747 is built to a, I don't want to say better standard, but to a much more forgiving standard. So you can make mistakes in it, while in the 737 you have to correct mistakes early or you won't be able to correct them. I don't want to say at all, but let's say totally. Alright, so finally looking at the comments, Ryanair saying we provide a free wake-up service at the end of the flight. And then somebody says you don't get service for $9.99. Alright, so thank you very much. I hope you found this interesting. If you did, if you want me to do more of these videos, let me know in the comments. If you didn't like it, let me know as well. And if you want me just to delete my channel, well, let me know as well. Alright, thank you very much. I'm wishing you all a great weekend. And if you have a day off tomorrow, if you have a holiday, enjoy that one. And I'm looking forward to see you all on the next video. Thank you.